Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am the Omniviewer, and I'm here with another Monsterverse update. You may recall that when I spoke about the upcoming Godzilla King of the Monsters 2019 prequel comic, Godzilla Aftershock, it was mentioned that there would be a new monster showing up in the comic. Well, that new monster has been revealed. This image recently popped up on Instagram showing a relief of Godzilla staring down his new opponent. Now, of course, the first thing we can take away from this is that we are indeed looking at a new creature as opposed to a reworking of a pre-existing Toho kaiju. But what exactly is it? Well, we don't have a name at this point. It does, however, look to be a variation of the Muto design. Some sources have been comparing it to Orga because of the massive forearms, but if you really look at the design here, it is much more in line with a Muto than Orga. And the head kind of looks like the Xenomorph Queen's head from Aliens, at least from the side it kind of does. Obviously though, this is not just any old Muto. First of all, we can tell that it's actually equal to or slightly bigger than Godzilla. That's significant because the previous two Mutos were slightly smaller than Godzilla. I'm thinking this is more of an equal in size matter because Godzilla is clearly leaning forward in this shot. Of course, it's a possibility the whole thing has been greatly exaggerated and we're not seeing anything to scale here. Call me crazy, but down here at the ground, this looks very much like a mountain range with clouds. And I highly doubt Godzilla and this new mystery Muto are actually towering above them like that. Anyway, as far as thoughts on this new creature goes, I'm honestly not sure what to think at this point. Now, I like the Mutos as new opponents, so of course in that regard I'm not opposed to seeing them come back, and I am admittedly curious to know exactly what this thing is. After all, King of the Monsters is depicting the kaiju more as ancient gods of a sort, whereas in Godzilla 2014, things were a bit more in the naturalistic aspect, where the Mutos in particular were animals. So how will this new Super Muto fit in? I'm not entirely sure. I will say I'm not thrilled by it. I admit a part of me was expecting something completely new, so seeing that what we've got here is Muto 2.0 is, I won't lie, a tiny bit disappointing, but not so much that I'm not looking forward to this comic. I suppose if you're gonna give the Mutos one last hurrah, may as well do it like this. It does make me wonder though if perhaps the Mutos aren't completely gone. Depending on how the comic goes, it's possible this creature might show up in King of the Monsters, or it's possible other members of the Muto species might be seen running around in King of the Monsters. Probably not as primary opponents, but maybe there as sort of a wrapping up from the last movie kind of deal. Then again, we must also consider the possibility that perhaps this isn't a new creature. It is possible we're looking at another regular old female Muto and people are misinterpreting the stylized depiction as it being a new monster. I wouldn't necessarily say that's actually the case, but it still remains as a possibility. At least it's not Flying Spaghetti Monster Ghidorah. Anyway, that's the most recent update, and you're free to leave your thoughts on it in the comments section below. Until such time as we meet again, this is the Omniviewer signing off. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it, as well as subscribe to the channel for more content of a similar nature. Also, check the description for links to our Twitter, DeviantArt, and Patreon pages, as well as the Amazon link for the novel Operation Red Dragon: The Daikaiju Wars Part 1, penned by yours truly. Thank you all, and we appreciate your support.